Decisions must be made soon. Tomorrow is the finals of the Europa League, but my father has been rushed to the hospital and he says he needs my help. So what are we to do? Travel with the team to England where the final will be played, or do we go help our father at the hospital? I was at the airport and we needed to make a decision soon. The team flight was leaving. What do? Do we help our father, or do we go to the final and leave him out in the dust? My father hasn't been there for me for my entire life, but this is my chance to sort of rekindle the relationship that we once had. I decided to do the right thing, and you guys voted in the comments down below. We decided to risk skipping the final, and we headed to the hospital where we were right by his side. Boys, things weren't looking good, and it was unsure if he was going to survive. But while we were there, he told me, "You need to go win the final for me." So, do we have enough time to make it? We'll find out. I had to take a flight early that next morning. It was the only flights that were available, and we made our way to London. Boys, would there be enough time? Would we make it for the beginning of the match? Maybe we'd get there at halftime. We were unsure of what was going to happen. And while my plane was landing, the teams were already on the pitch, warming up for the match. Boys, not much time remains. We hopped in a cab, we headed to the stadium, and we booked it straight there when we arrived. Still only minutes before kickoff. Will the managers decide to start us? Or will we have to come off the bench? Or will we even play? All I know is we need this win for my father. We rushed in, and boys, we made it just in time. We were able to go be with our father and also make it for the biggest game of my young career. It's time for the final of the Europa League. Lyon against Real Betis. Here we go. We were somehow chosen for the starting 11 in this game. Shockingly, we arrived literally minutes before this game as the teams were preparing to walk out onto the pitch. We threw on our uniform and we were ready to go, barely even stretched out, no warm-ups. This is unheard of, and if we play badly and poorly, the manager is going to know why, and I'm sure that he's going to regret putting me in the starting 11. So we need to go out and have ourselves a good matchup in the first ever European final of my career. We're here in the Europa League, although we'd love to be playing in the final of the Champions League. This is the best we got. So going into this match, boys, 21st minute, the first chance falls to Lyon, and a great ball played in. It is 1-0, Memphis Depay putting it in the assist from JJ Williams, boys. We come out ice cold off the bench, and who would have guessed it? An assist for us, a goal for Memphis. We're in it to win it right here, boys. Real Betis find themselves trailing in this one 1-0. Who would have guessed that we would come out on top right here? The fans cheering us on here all the way in London, England, taking place here at West Ham United Stadium. What a goal. Outside the box, he's been doing this all season long. And when I found out we were playing Real Betis in the final, I was kind of happy. We had been taking on some very tough teams in this competition, like Inter Milan, Arsenal, and Real Betis, man. It's a team that we knew we could beat, and we came into this thing with high expectations, and we're outdoing ourselves right now. We tried to make it 2-0 desperately right here with the volley, and yeah, you could tell, boys, that I probably needed a few warm-up shots because this one was absolutely terrible. But still, we're sitting pretty right now with a 1-0 lead in the final of this competition. We're playing well, and our defense playing even better, man. I can't tell you how well they've played during this competition. They've had a few scares here and there against different opponents, but so far, man, goalkeeper making saves and just the overall defense doing so freaking well. That is how this half would end. The score is 1-0. We have a very, very slim lead, so we need to protect it here in the second half. Hopefully adding on it. We'll see, man. We might have to just park the bus. If we have to do that, we will. But we'd like to put a few more goals in. But with that, let's get into this second half and see what we can do. And boys, we started out with this right here. Yes, boys, we go on to take a 2-0 lead. We look to have this thing won, and right here at the 81st minute, we do have this thing won with yet another goal. We get our second of the game. We get an assist, the player of the match, 100% for us. Man of the match for JJ Williams in his first career final of a European competition, and this one should give us the double on the season. We won the League Cup in France, and we're also going to go on to win the Europa League. What a first season here it has been for us. Great second goal in this game. Wow, man, words can't describe how excited I am to win this competition, win this trophy. As we mentioned, unfortunately, it couldn't be the Champions League, but don't worry. Hopefully later on in our career, we will be there. This is only our first season. Think about that, boys. This is the start of what could be the career of an icon. JJ Williams winning the Europa League with Lyon. And the best part about this is we're taking the trophy home to my home country of France. What a way to win it. Scoring 2 goals, getting an assist. I could not be prouder of our team. Boys, you know what's left to do. There's only one thing to do. It's time to raise the trophy, make my team proud, make everyone proud, make my father proud. We won the competition for him. Let's do it, boys. It's time to raise the trophy of the Europa League.
I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stood still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking.
After the final, it was back to work on the training grounds with Lyon. I was still unsure whether I was going to leave the club, so, I had to continue training because, if I weren't to train, it would, kind of raise suspicion that people would think that I was leaving, but I honestly was still unsure. I love playing in my home country of France, but I want to move on to bigger and better. I know I'll return to play in France one day, maybe again for Lyon, or maybe for a bigger club, PSG or someone else, but only time will tell. Tottenham Hotspur win the Champions League this year, and Lyon winning the, of course, the Europa League. And now it was time to make my decision. To request a transfer, maybe even request a loan, retire, that's not an option. Boys, we made our decision. We're requesting a transfer. Lyon, it's been a great year, but it's time to move on. So even though the offseason has begun and we've put in our transfer request, it doesn't necessarily mean we're looking to move teams straight away. At least for the first few weeks, I'm just going to be trying to enjoy my time away from the game of football because, for the first time in my life, we've literally spent almost an entire year playing football, going through an entire season, and it's now time for a well-needed break. And yeah, we're spending the offseason here by the beach, by the pool, of course, how we should. Let me know, do you guys want to see the next episode to be just focused on the offseason, and then we'll come back choosing our new team? Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comment section. All I can say, though, about moving teams is we have some big clubs interested in signing me, and it's going to be a very, very exciting time during this transfer window to see where we end up. But of course, you guys are going to be helping me make the decision on where we decide to go. That'll all be coming up in future episodes. 1,000 likes. The next episode will be up then.